Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of KJF Outdoors, the channel that's not just about fish. So today I have for you a quick overview / review of Marcum LX7 Fish Finder. I've used it for about 2 seasons now, and it's probably the best fish finder I've ever used on the ice. So let's get into it. Just hold the power button down, the screen will come on. It is now on. Now I have it set up as a flasher in the normal dial and also the side here. Now the Marcum LX7, you can change this any way you want. If you want just the dial, you can have just the dial. If you want just the vertical zoom here, you can have just the vertical zoom. The system you can pretty much do anything you want with, and it all depends on personal preference. But I'm going to go ahead and put it into the simulator mode, so you guys can see some of the different things it does and the color. Pretty much see by the simulator there, it's kind of going a little crazy, but I mean, but it shows you some of the colors, and this thing has to be the best fish finder I've ever used. So I'll give you a little bit of specs on it. So like I said, it is an 8-inch screen. It has a 1/2 inch separation from, so let's say you see your bait there, and there's a little fish coming up to it. You only have, when it's right on top of your bait, it's pretty much right on top of your bait. Some other units, you know, you can go 3/4 inch, an inch separation, but because of the battery power and the sensitivity of this unit, they brought it down to a 1/2 inch separation, which is pretty amazing. Now this does have auto range. It does have the auto depth. So as soon as you put it in your ice hole, it'll automatically find the bottom, and it'll do everything right away for you. So there's no waiting. You throw this in and you're good to go. It does have a 12-volt 9-amp batteries. So for pricing wise, I mean, this thing is pretty pricey. I've owned the Marcum Showdown and the Marcum Showdown 5.6 before this unit. I kind of slowly stepped up to the big boy here. So I mean, pricing, you're looking at $730 American. Here in Canada, you're looking at $990 Canadian plus tax. And so I mean, it is pricey. So the only cons I could think of this unit would definitely be it's a little bit heavy. So I mean, if you're hole hopping and running around all day, I mean, it can get a little tiresome. I usually stay in a hut and move around in the hut, so I don't really have an issue with that. And I mean, again, they're comfy price, but you know, you pay for what you get for. It's pricey, but it's probably, in my opinion, the best unit you can buy for the money. So I'll do a little bit of a zoom in here at the bottom. Now you have all your buttons there. They're all nice tactile rubberized buttons. No issues whatsoever with those. You can see at the bottom there, it's all your gauges. So it actually shows your different settings on your main screen. So you have the sensitivity, you have the IR, which is for your interference settings. So if someone else in your hut's using a different kind of fish finder, you can adjust that, and then you won't have interference from the other fish finder. You have your target, you have your range, and it also shows your battery voltage, which is very nice, so you know how much voltage you have left while you're out on the ice. So I'm going to go through a couple of the different menu settings. Very easy to use. Like I said, the buttons are very nice and very simple. It's very easy to use this unit, so you know, if someone coming over from a mechanical flasher wouldn't have any issue learning it. There's a little bit of a learning curve. There will be, but just like anything. But it's very simple to use. So we're going to go, so when you first go into menu, there's only 3 menu options. There's the sonar settings, display option, and system settings. So we'll go into the display options. Now, I just turned the dial off. So, back into settings, you can go to sonar settings. This is where you can change your cone angle, your sonar mode, your zoom windows. So I recommend trying to just read the manual, and it'll tell you how to do all this stuff here and how to set sensitivities, and it is pretty easy once you get the hang of it, but you know, it takes a little bit of time to getting used to. Okay, so that pretty much finishes up the review for this Markham LX7.